Have you ever met someone who never takes responsibility? No matter what happens, it's always someone else's fault, but never them. That's not just behavior. It's psychology. Today, we're breaking down the hidden psychology of people who always blame others and what's really happening beneath the surface. 1. They protect their self-image. Admitting fault is uncomfortable. It forces you to face your own mistakes. So the mind does something interesting. It protects your identity. By shifting blame outward, they avoid feeling wrong or inadequate. Because for them, being wrong doesn't just feel bad. It feels like being weak. 2. They have an external locus of control. They believe their life is controlled by other people, circumstances, luck. Psychologically, this is called external locus of control. When you feel like everything is happening to you, you stop believing you can change anything. And slowly, blame becomes a habit. 3. They avoid responsibility to reduce stress. Taking responsibility comes with pressure. It means saying, maybe, I could have done better. And for some people, that creates anxiety. So instead, they shift it away. Not always consciously, but as a way to feel relief. Short term, it feels easier, but in the long term, it quietly blocks growth. 4. They fear judgment. What will people think if I'm wrong? What if I fail? What if I'm not as capable as I thought? These thoughts create fear. So instead of facing judgment, they redirect attention outward. Blame becomes a shield. 5. They lack self-awareness. They don't always see their own patterns. They don't pause and reflect. So when something goes wrong, they genuinely believe, it's not my fault. Because without awareness, you can't see your role in the outcome. 6. It becomes a learned habit. If blaming worked in the past, it gets repeated. Maybe it helped them avoid consequences. Maybe it protected their ego. Over time, it becomes automatic, not a choice, but a pattern. 7. They want control, but in the wrong direction. Here's the irony. They want control over their life. But instead of controlling their actions, they try to control everything around them. And when that fails, they blame, because it feels easier than changing themselves. Blaming others isn't always about arrogance. Sometimes, it's about fear. Fear of being wrong. Fear of being judged. Fear of facing reality. But here's the truth. Growth begins the moment you ask, what could I have done differently? Because the more responsibility you take, the more control you gain. If you enjoy understanding human behavior and psychology, subscribe. Because on this channel, we don't just watch people, we decode their minds.